Hello everyone, and welcome to another tarot reading here at MadWorldTarot, a royal tarot reading, of course. And I have the Tarot of Curious Creatures on the tarot table. For this particular reading, we are going to be looking at Lilibet. Today, I know lots of people don't like using that name for her. I use her name on this channel like I call Kate Middleton Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and like I call Camilla Queen Camilla. I just do it for formal sort of respect reasons, even though the parents who chose the name Lilibet might not have been that respectful in their choice of name. We're going to look at that next, just by the way. But now, in this reading with the Tarot of Curious Creatures, we're going to be looking at a persistent rumor about Lilibet and who might actually have given birth to her, as well as donated eggs, who might actually, in other words, be her biological mother, who actually gave birth to her. And this persistent rumor involves Meghan's niece or half-niece, Ashley Hale, Samantha Markle's daughter. Ashley, of course, was adopted and raised by her paternal grandparents. She connected with Meghan later on in life, and the two of them became good friends. They're very close in age and hung out together. Meghan went to Ashley's wedding. Ashley is an immigration attorney. It's quite hard to find out whether she's still in practice. She's still on the relevant law firm's website, but I don't know. I can't say for sure whether she's still in practice as an immigration attorney. She seems to have disappeared. She popped up on the Netflix documentary and with the tale of woe about how Meghan had to break the news to her that the royal family wouldn't let her go to the wedding. It was an awful moment. Obviously not true, or let's say allegedly, but there Ashley was. She's also been seen playing with Lilibet, and a lot of people speculate, this is the rumor, the speculation, that she might actually be Lilibet's biological mother. We see lots of Markle in Lilibet. The bit of Lilibet that we've ever seen, Ashley of course got strong Markle genes in her as well. So that's the rumor I'm looking at. I personally have always believed another story about where Lilibet might have come from, particularly because of the blonde and the blue eyes. Although Ashley has got blue eyes, she's rather dark-haired, I think naturally dark-haired. But I'm going to give this, have a little look at this rumor, because as I say, it's gaining a lot of traction at this point for whatever reason. We need to make it very clear that we are just doing a tarot reading for fun and entertainment, and of course this is all speculation, this is all my opinion, and I just read energy around these kinds of rumors when they pop up and when they gain traction like this particular one has. It's been around for a long time, but it's for some reason come back around now, don't know why. And of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below, and please read it and form your own opinions about this and all other stories I read on here. I'm going to look at the past relationship with Meghan and where it is now, because Ashley has disappeared. There is a theory that she is the one. There's the Three of Swords that showed itself. There is a theory that she's the one behind the Instagram footage that is filmed as if it's Harry who's filming it, but that it's actually Ashley who's doing the filming, interestingly. So we're going to look at relationship with Meghan. We're going to look at the whole Lilibet story. We're going to also inquire about the visa and whether she had anything to do with any of that, and whether it's had consequences for her in her professional life. We're going to ask why she's disappeared. If was that the Three of Swords again? We're going to ask a whole lot of questions, and as I say, they're all allegedlys, they're all speculative, and I think we've made ourselves clear about that. Quite hard to find anything out about her. I did look at her ages ago. I don't think I read on her for whatever reason. It was easier way back when to find out, and I think she had children, but I can't confirm that now, which is interesting. That seems to have disappeared. She seems to have disappeared. We don't see her. We don't see her on podcasts. We wouldn't see her on With Love Megan. But as I say, rumor has it that she's there in the background, actually behind the camera at some point. So that's rumor. We look at rumor here. We are going to look at this rumor now. With the Tarot of Curious Creatures, got the King of Swords as our underlying energy. That's an interesting card because it's very loyally the King of Swords. It's in reverse. It's very wise, shrewd, intelligent. When it's upright. In reverse, it can be quite harsh energy. It can be quite difficult energy, cutting, destructive kind of energy. But what's really coming through for me is the lawyer aspect of it with that King of Swords. And the fact that it's in reverse tells me that there might be legal issues around and about in this reading. Well, we are going to look at the birth story, which is a legal issue, and we are going to look at the visa story, which is a legal issue. And we are going to ask at the end if Ashley is ever going to tell us any of the stuff that I'm sure she knows. If anyone knows stuff, I suspect that it's her. So we've got a King of Swords who's keeping that sword close to his chest. When it's upright, there is a communicative element with the sword. When the sword is in reverse, it's a silence and possibly secrets and possibly strategies and stuff like that going on behind the scenes that we are not privy to. So there's quite a lot going on in that King of Swords for me, and it's a cautionary card for me as a tarot reader as well. And again, I'm going to point you in the direction of the disclaimer and remind you that this is all for fun and entertainment purposes. Heart of the reading. What are we dealing with Ashley? We're dealing with the Five of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. And it's an interesting card because it's a card of being outcast, separated, disowned, banished, but it's in reverse. And so it tells me that there is an energy in their connection of separation and then coming back together. And that, of course, was because Ashley was raised by the paternal grandparents, and so quite separated from the Markles at some stage, and then they came back together later as adults, Megan and Ashley. And then we've got another narrative of being banished or not being allowed or being disowned, which was around the royal wedding, which would be Five of Pentacles, not invited. None of the Markles or the other side of the family, the Raglins, were invited. And then a reconciliation kind of an energy, a coming back into that warm embrace of the stained glass window energy in the Five of Pentacles subsequently. So there's this kind of push-pull narrative that's interesting going on in here. It's an uncomfortable energy of being shunned and then brought back in. Shunned, brought back in. I'm getting, and it's my personal opinion, and this is my energy reading, that it's quite, it's like breadcrumbing. I was going to use a much stronger word, but it's breadcrumbing. Pulling someone in when you need them for some reason. Let's put it like that, because that King of Swords is very on my case in this reading, just saying. So their relationship in the past, Megan and Ashley, how was it in the past? Got the Three of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. So that I expected it to be a closer relationship in the past, but the Three of Pentacles is teamwork and collaboration, but it's in reverse. There might have been some degree of collaborating at some level on some kind of project, and the Three of Pentacles is not a friendship card so much as a working together on something energy, but it's in reverse. Strange energy, because it tells me that there might have been something that they worked on together, whether it was the visa thing or to do with more personal matters, to do with children, that at some level either fell apart, that they fell out over, that they were much closer and then fell out over something, or it was something that was very much behind closed doors, very secretive. I get more and more in these royal readings, when cards are in reverse, that something's going on behind the scenes that we are not privy to. That's why I say this King of Swords. I'm side-eyeing this King of Swords throughout this reading. This card could be they fell out over a joint project, or they did something together that we are not supposed to know about, and the tarot is giving me a heads up about energetically. So let's see where they are now. It might reveal itself. Where are they now? And we are not on good terms, according to this Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is... it's the student of the tarot. It learns things. It's contracts as well. She's a lawyer, and we've got a lawyer in reverse over there as our underlying energy, which keeps drawing me. I keep being pulled to this energy. I'm not normally so drawn to the underlying card in a tarot reading. But that Page of Pentacles in reverse tells me that something has gone wrong, and it confirms my suspicions with that Three of Pentacles, that they worked on some project together, and that right now there is some degree of separation or distancing between them. For some reason they might have fallen out over something that they worked on together, whether it was that visa thing, whether it had something to do with the children, whether even it had something to do with the Netflix documentary. Page of Pentacles in reverse is contractual negotiations that go awry, or breach of contract, things like that. It's also a child card. Just going to park that there, that there might be some issue around children that has caused some sort of dispute, disagreement. But I'm not getting a warm, fuzzy feeling when I'm doing this reading. Five of Pentacles, as I said, I'm getting this push-pull energy. I was going to word it much more strongly than breadcrumbing, but we'll stick with breadcrumbing for now, for legal reasons, and because this is just my opinion. Let's look at the whole baby rumor. And first of all, ask what Ashley's relationship is like just generally with Lilibet, because they seemed to be pretty close, in terms of their energy. So we're not asking anything sinister, we're just asking how they get on. We've got a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, another troubling card because it's in reverse. Queen of Pentacles is good wife energy, is very grounded energy. I have no idea what sign Ashley is. I'm getting a lot of earth sign in this reading. She might be an earth sign, but whatever sign she is, it's very hard to find actual personal information on her. It's like the internet has been scrubbed. Whatever she is, she might have once been very close and once have been a kind of mother figure to Lilibet, because the Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing, very grounded, very stable. It's a very lovely energy. When you're looking at a relationship, if you get Queen of Pentacles and it's upright, then you know that you've got someone in your corner who you can count on, who will just be a very calming influence, a very grounding influence, a very generous, open-hearted influence. The kind of person that will, you'll hang in the kitchen and make cupcakes with that kind of. It's a warm energy. It's real, but it's in reverse. So if there was closeness at some point, it seems to have cooled considerably. What about the big rumor that's going around now about being birth mother, being biological mother? Of course, two separate things, but combined in one in this rumor. What about that? Oh, wow. That card showed itself to me. It showed itself to me very conspicuously when I was shuffling the Three of Swords. I've got the Three of Swords now showing up. There's something in this situation that is very disturbing. Heartbreak, betrayal kind of an energy going on in here. And threes. We've got two threes cards now, and they're both in reverse. a mutual project, something that went on. So I'm going to say that energetically these cards are pointing in the direction that this rumor could have some substance to it. There is just something else that might be going on. And the something else might be that she might be aware of things around Lilibet, and for some reason there might have been some falling out around it. And I'm saying that because of the lawyer card and because of this Page of Pentacles in reverse, which is contractual, which is like an NDA, which is like something like that. So I'm getting two different stories that are showing up in this reading. And I think it's up to you to pick which one you want to go for. There is energy in this reading that says this rumor might be true, and that something very hurtful happened, and that she's been forced out of the connection at some level. There is another aspect to things where she might have been involved at some level in contracts, discussions, negotiations, that sort of thing, and might also have been sidelined for some reason somewhere along the line. So I think you've got to pick your which way these cards go for you. But yeah, there is a lot of real pain in there, and there's a sense of somebody that was very close and very important in Lilibet's world, who for whatever reason seems to have been eased out or thrown out. And that seems to be something that's happened a lot in this connection for whatever reason. Let's move on to the visa thing. We might try and clarify this later on. It seems to be a 5-hour reading already. The visa situation, was she involved with any of that? She did train as an immigration attorney. And I got the 8 of Swords. It does look like she was involved in that, because that's getting yourself into a pickle. I'm asking next card, has it caused her professional difficulty now that the visa issue, when the visa issue became this sort of a bit of a problem for the Parkles. But 8 of Swords is finding yourself tied up in knots. You can see it quite literally, getting yourself into a situation that's very difficult to extricate yourself from. So she might have, I'm going to say allegedly for legal reasons, but yeah, there's energy in that 8 of Swords that could indicate that she might have got involved there in that mess. Did it cause her professional difficulties when that Heritage Foundation case was brought? Has it caused her problems? I've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. Yes. If she did something out of and I'm speculating here, of course, if she did something out of affection, family feeling, her close relationship with Meghan, then it seems to me that that emotional closeness has gone in a completely opposite direction. There's been some falling out over it, and it's interesting. The cards have answered me in reverse. I asked, was she involved? And I get she got herself tied up in knots as a result of this, and that's the professional aspect of it that's showing up for me, that she might have unwittingly got herself into a situation. And then I'm getting an energy here. It's like universe said, you need to know this. This might be why they fell out. Because if she did something out of loyalty, which would be Ace of Cups, out of love, out of family feeling, if she was breadcrumbed back into a situation and thought that they were really tight and really close, and then this whole mess happened, it's gone very badly wrong at an emotional level, at a loyalty level. It's hurt her. We have 3 of Swords there. It's hurt her at some level. I'd love to know what is really going on. This tarot reading is giving me more questions than answers, I have to say, as a reader energetically. I want to know why she has disappeared. Why has she gone? She was in that Netflix documentary. We don't see her. We haven't seen her in With Love, Megan. Even on the fringes, Doria has disappeared from view. Ashley has disappeared from view. Why has she disappeared? What's going on? I have a tower. And I have a tower. And that's a very bad card. It's very, very bad. It tells me that something really shocking and awful happened. That just broke this whole situation. That for her was really shocking and devastating. That I think caused her whole world to collapse at some level. I mean, that's about as bad a card as you can get in tarot, the Tower. It's in reverse. It tells me that something really terrible happened that she's needing to recover from. She's trying to rebuild her life from, and that's a very strong statement. That something really, really, really bad happened. And we've got hints of it with that Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. I mean, it's hints of it. We've got, you know, this is a terrible reading. Really is terrible. So let's look at this Instagram story. Whether she's behind any of this footage, whether she shows up secretly to film things, but she doesn't, or she certainly does not want to be publicly associated with Harry and Meghan at this point with that Tower energy. Does she still hang out there secretly, film stuff to make it look like Harry is filming? Does she do that for Meghan? Is she doing that kind of a thing? I've got the Six of Wands and it's in reverse. I'm not getting that she does. That's a failure card. That's, upright. It's success and showing off and victory and praise and triumph and all that lovely stuff. It's in reverse. It's failure. I don't think she's involved. I think that Meghan is doing this as a one-woman show to put up whatever she's putting up on Instagram still. I'm not getting that Ashley's involved in it. I think whatever Ashley was involved in this situation, Ashley got really badly burned. That's my speculation. And it is pure speculation based on the energy of tarot cards. Let's just look at whether she will ever reveal what she knows, because I think she knows just about everything. Will she ever? That's an interesting card, because the Nine of Cups is a pregnancy card, 9 months, Nine of Cups. It's the wish fulfillment card. It's living the good things in life. She might bide her time with this situation, and she might, when the moment is right, when it's ripe for the plucking, because Nine of Cups is the only card on this table that's positive energy. She might, when it suits her or when she thinks she could get something positive out of it, she might spill the beans about whatever it is that she knows. I have to say that there is energy in this reading that would back up the current speculation, the current rumor. It would back it up quite strongly in this reading, especially with that card, the Nine of Cups. But I do think she also got herself into a pickle with the visa. I think she's got embroiled quite seriously in Parkle business that has at some level caused her some trouble that she's tried to extricate herself from. So I think I'm going to leave it there for now, because I think I've gone on for long enough. We might have to revisit this depending on how much energy this rumor picks up as time goes on. But that's where I'm going to leave it for now, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.